Everyone at the school had decided who Amara was before she ever spoke. Her shoes were worn, her books were secondhand, and her lunch was always simple. Whispers followed her down the hallways, sharp and careless, led by three girls who ruled the school with smiles that cut. They called her nothing when teachers weren't listening. They laughed when she sat alone, and they made sure she knew she didn't belong. Amara learned to keep her head down, her voice soft, and her heart guarded. What none of them knew was that Amara's silence wasn't weakness. It was training. She had been taught that power didn't need to shout, and that truth always arrived at the right time. The bullies grew bolder when they realized Amara never fought back. They hid her books, mocked her handwriting, and spread rumors that she was desperate for pity. The school watched, some amused, others uncomfortable, but no one stepped in. Amara endured it with calm eyes and steady breath. Every insult slid past her like rain on glass. At home, she returned to a world of quiet elegance hidden behind ordinary walls. Her guardian always reminded her, "Your name carries weight. One day, they'll learn it." Amara nodded, waiting. One afternoon, a new student named Eli transferred into their class. He noticed Amara immediately, not because she was loud, but because she was kind. When others laughed, she offered a pen. When others turned away, she listened. Eli sat beside her, ignoring the warning looks from the bullies. This small act stirred irritation. They couldn't understand why anyone would choose Amara over them. Amara smiled at Eli, grateful but cautious. Friendship, like trust, had to be earned slowly. The bullies decided to teach Eli a lesson by embarrassing Amara publicly. During a group presentation, they sabotaged her work and blamed her in front of the class. Laughter echoed as Amara stood frozen. The teacher scolded her unfairly, and Amara accepted it without protest. But something shifted in her eyes. Not anger, resolve. That night, she opened a locked drawer and removed a simple card with her real last name embossed in gold. The heiress remembered who she was. News began to spread quietly through the school about a mysterious family name connected to power and influence. No one connected it to Amara. They assumed wealth always looked loud, proud, and polished. Meanwhile, the bullies grew uneasy. Teachers were suddenly watching more closely. Rules were enforced. Their control began to slip. Amara walked through the halls unchanged, still gentle, still quiet, still underestimated. Eli confronted the bullies after they pushed Amara too far, humiliating her during lunch. His voice was calm but firm, and it shocked everyone. No one had ever challenged them openly. They laughed it off, but doubt crept in. Why did Amara never react the way they expected? Why did teachers suddenly defend her? That evening, Amara received a message. The time is near. Her secret was no longer just hers. A school assembly was announced unexpectedly. Everyone gathered, curious and restless. The bullies sat confidently, assuming it was just another boring lecture. When Amara's name was called to the stage, laughter rippled through the room. It died instantly when the principal's tone shifted. Amara was introduced by her full name, one known far beyond the school walls. The room fell silent as realization struck like thunder. The truth unfolded calmly, without boasting or drama. Amara wasn't poor. She was the sole heir to a legacy so vast it moved lives quietly, without noise. The bullies' faces drained of color. Every insult replayed in their minds. Every cruel laugh turned heavy with shame. Amara stood tall, not to intimidate, but to reclaim herself. After that day, everything changed. The bullies avoided her, unsure how to face the girl they once crushed under their words. Some tried to apologize, their voices trembling. Amara listened but didn't rush forgiveness. Healing required honesty, not fear. She chose kindness without forgetting. Eli stayed by her side, proud not of her wealth, but of her strength. The school atmosphere softened. Students who once stayed silent began speaking up for others. Amara's story became a quiet lesson about judgment and humility. She didn't seek revenge. Instead, she used her presence to restore balance, proving that power could be gentle. The bullies learned the hardest truth, that cruelty often targets what it doesn't understand. One of the bullies finally broke down, admitting jealousy and fear had driven her actions. Amara listened, her heart steady. She offered forgiveness, not as weakness, but as closure. It stunned everyone more than the revelation of her status ever had. True wealth, they realized, wasn't measured by what you owned, but by what you could give without losing yourself. By the final school term, Amara was no longer invisible. She was respected, not feared. Loved, not worshipped. She left the school as she entered it, quietly, but this time, with her head high and her truth known. And the bullies who once hated the poor girl carried a lesson they would never forget. Never underestimate a kind soul with a silent crown.